What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Import Modify. On this episode, we'll be focusing on putting the RB engine back together. But before I do that, there's still a couple of things that I have to take care of. One of those things being, like I spoke about on a previous episode, is the oil pump. We need to get this thing taken apart on the back, inspect the gearing, make sure everything's good on this. Then I need to clean it, mask it off, shoot it with some media, and repaint it. Then reassemble it and make this thing look like new, like the other parts that I refurbished already. I did start the blasting process on the front crank pulley. Got this thing nice and clean now. It's ready for paint. And I also want to take care of the timing covers. The timing covers, I need to take these spot welds out, remove this bracket, grind it down smooth, blast them and repaint them, make them all look pretty and new. And then after that, we will be ready to start putting this engine back together. Now, I do have a couple cool little things for the engine, like ARP head studs and a nice aftermarket oil pan that's going to work with this swap application. So we got that to look forward to. So you guys stay tuned and let's go ahead and start it. Alright guys, so we're making a little bit of headway. I got the timing covers done. They're ready for paint. Crank pulley's done, ready for paint. Now we're moving on to the disassembly of the oil pump. I did take the impact screwdriver to break the screws loose. I did take 3 of them out, but I'm going to go ahead and time lapse this real quick. Then after that, we'll give it a quick inspection. Ensure that this oil pump's good to use. And then we'll get on to cleaning this and painting them all together. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright guys, so we got the oil pump disassembled now, and just to go over the pieces of an oil pump with you guys. Alright, so this is your back plate, which encases these gearings right here. Looking at the teeth of the gearing, everything looks pretty cherry. So this pump is indeed good to be reused. And this right here is your outer gear. This is your inner gear. The crank spins this gear, and it goes in a pattern like that, causing a suction for oil to be passed through, and it comes from the sump through the block, through this passage here, into this area right here where the suction's created and then pushed along into this area here. And this feeds into the galleys of the block. And then this right here is your regulator, pressure regulator assembly. It's just a plunger with 2 springs, an inner and outer spring. And whenever the oil pressure overcomes the spring pressure, it pushes the plunger down. And when the plunger goes down, it relieves the pressure back into this little back vein area, and then it just goes right back through the pump. So basically that's all there is to an oil pump, and this thing's good to be reused, so we're good on that. And now I got these little galleyways plugged off with just some shop towels, and I'm gonna stuff a shop towel in here real good, tape the whole backside off, and allowing the shop towel to stick through this here, the front area right there. That way I don't get no media blast in there, and I'll be able to clean everything up really good. And then from there we'll be ready to clean it off and then paint everything. Okay, so this is what I came up with for masking off the oil pump. I have electrical tape right there sealing off the front crank area, and on the back I stuffed the whole back end with some blue shop towels and taped it with painter's tape. Now I'm not going to be directly blasting the back area, so we should be just fine. And the galleys are plugged up with the blue shop towels as well. So this should be more than enough to get the job done. So I'm gonna go ahead now and blast this thing clean. Then after that, we'll be ready to start throwing some paint. So the oil pump is nice and clean now. Got everything on it all cleaned up. Got the gasket surface areas all taken care of. And now we are ready to start throwing some paint on these items and get everything back to looking OEM fresh. So we're going to take care of that real quick, and then after that we're going to let that cure. Then we'll start the reassembly of the engine. So I forgot something. I forgot that I needed to take out the broken exhaust studs out of the head. And I have a special tool here, and it consists of this little pin with some grooves in it and this little piece right here that slides over and locks onto this rod. And basically you drill out a hole like that, and then you take a hammer and you hammer in that rod, and then you slide this piece over the rod, and then you use your wrench to back it out. So I went ahead and I drilled into the stud. So now I'm gonna hammer in and back it out. So wish me luck. All right, successfully got the broken studs out of the head. There and there. So that actually came out a lot easier than I thought it would. And we still are waiting for the paint to cure up on the pump, but that thing looks like a brand new pump now. And I need it to cure up so I can finish putting it all back together. And the timing cover and crank dampener, they're curing up more. They're almost dry, but I did make another coat on them. So they're nice and painted up. Everything looks good like new now. And I'm gonna let it have adequate time overnight for it to cure. I'll come in the morning, put the pump together, get the head gasket surfaces all prepped up, then we'll start putting this bad boy back together. See you guys tomorrow. All right guys, another day in the garage. We got a lot to do. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm gonna try to knock out as much as I can. So the paint on the oil pump is nice and cured up now. She's looking pretty. I did get me a set of ARP head studs for this application, but we still have to clean off the head gasket surface area here on the head and also on the block as well. And what I like to use to do that, I have this Permatex gasket remover. Comes with a little brush on it. Put the chemical on the head, give it time, it'll eat all that residue up. Both surfaces, use a razor blade, scrape it clean. And then from there, I'm gonna take my flat edge and just kind of measure across the different points of the head to make sure that this thing is indeed within spec to be sealed, which it should be because it didn't have a head gasket leak whenever I bought the engine. So just to double check it, we'll do that. And I still gotta flip the covers over and the pulley, paint the backside of those, and then we'll start putting this thing back together, man. So hopefully I will have enough time in this episode to assemble the whole long block on this Rb25det. After we're done with the long block assembly, we'll move on to the Freddy intake manifold and then the transmission. And once all those items are done, we'll start working on the Z32 chassis as far as the engine bay goes, to get things prepped and ready for putting the engine in. So got a lot of stuff to do today. Let's go ahead and get it going. So now we're gonna start the reassembly of the pump, and I got the new seal in it. What I like to do is I like to use bearing grease to lubricate the inside and the gearing as well. So what I do is basically I coat all the friction areas with the bearing grease. And I like to do the same with the gearing as well. And then whenever I do have the gearing together like that, I pack the inside of the gearing, which is open in the air gap, with grease as well. I find that over the time of me putting engines together that it helps with the priming of the pump. But I'm gonna go ahead time lapse this and you guys can get the idea. Wow, what a pain in the ass it was to get the surfaces clean. That gasket material over the age, it was like cement. I had to use razor blade, that Permatex gasket remover. It softened it enough to get the majority off, but there was a lot of spots in between that were really hard to get. So I had to use a razor blade, but we got it nice and clean now. And I did use a combination of Scotch-Brite on top of it with 600 grit sandpaper. And for the block, I did the same thing, but I used 320 grit, then 600 grit. So got it nice and smooth now. And you see the little indentions and stuff like that. You're not gonna get all of this off, so you just wanna make sure when you sand it down, you rub your finger across it and it's nice and smooth and you don't feel any rises at all in it. So we got all the surfaces nice and prepped now. So what you wanna do is you wanna ensure that these heads are flat and along with the block. And what I have is a straight edge. I'm burping, excuse me. So you have a straight edge like this, and basically you're gonna go across all the cross points on the head, and then you're gonna go long ways across the head on both sides, and then you're gonna go across pattern, across like this, and then across like this. And the general rule for most head surfaces is 3/1000 of an inch. You can't let that pass through. As you see, it's not passing through, not passing through. You just run it along the surface like that. Make sure that you have no way that filler gauge can pass through underneath. And that will ensure that the head is level and there's no waviness to it at all. And you can rest assured that it's pretty good. So and also the critical areas obviously are around the combustion chamber area, but I'm gonna go ahead real quick, put this in a time lapse, measure out the whole head, measure the block. Then from there we'll be set to install the ARP head studs, get this head gasket on there, get this head mounted and torqued down, and then we can move on with this build. All right, so I got the head studs in the block now, but before you just go ahead and just start putting them in there, you need to prep the threads and make sure that all the threads are good for the studs. So what I like to do is I take some brake cleaner and I squirt it in every hole, and then I take compressed air and blow it out dry. And then I take the old head bolt and I make sure that the threads on the head bolt are clean. And then I put motor oil on it, and then I just go ahead and I thread it down each hole. And every about 3 to 4 holes you want to put more motor oil on the bolt, just to make sure that you lubricate the threads and chase the threads on the block really well. And then as per the instructions of ARP, these are supposed to be hand tight. So I just took my Allen key wrench and made sure they were all hand tight. And looking at them, they're all even as far as the height. So I know these are in fact all evenly torqued down, just hand tight. So these are good and ready to go. I got the block surface nice and wiped down just to ensure no oil got back onto the block. And I just made another pass with some brake cleaner on the head as well. So now we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and put the head gasket on, and then we'll get to torquing it. I do have to put some of this assembly lube on the fasteners here, and you also want to put assembly lube on the washers as well, because it is a friction area for the nuts. So you want to take care of that as well, and you want to follow the torque procedure in the instructions. And it says to torque it to 80 foot-pounds, but do it in 3 even steps. So 26, 52, final pass at 80. Then it'll be all evenly torqued down. So I'm gonna look at the procedure real quick because I believe it is staggered like this. A lot of times I like to do them in pairs, but I'm gonna go specifically off the procedure. so we finally got the head mounted to the frickin' block, and it was a little bit more prep work than what I was anticipating, but you know, it is what it is. That head gasket, it made me work for it, I tell you that much. I spent about 2 hours getting the surfaces prepped up to my standard, but it's very critical in order to, you know, make sure that that head gasket does in fact seal, being that it is a boosted engine. We'll be, you know, having way more pressure numbers than with an NA. So all in all, it's looking really good. And now that we got the head mounted to the block, we will be moving on to the accessories like the water pump, oil pump, and the timing components and everything. And then before you know it, we'll have this thing all together. I still got to go through my box of parts over there, that Tupperware over there that has all my Rb25 stuff in there. I need to take it out, spread it out, and look through everything. I'm undecisive if I can't freaking talk. I'm undecided whether or not I'm gonna send that stock exhaust manifold off to be thermal coated, or if I'm just gonna be blasted and put some 1200 degree paint on it. I don't know at this point, but we'll have to see. I know eventually I'm gonna get a aftermarket exhaust manifold and everything, but right now money is tight, so we're gonna have to do what we have. On another note, I'm not sure if I'm gonna wrap up this video or not right now. I'm just gonna go back to the house and edit the video, and if I do have enough content, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode and just make the next episode putting the rest of the long block back together. So if I do that, I will see you guys tomorrow. But on another note, if I do have enough to finish off this video, I'll go ahead and I'll wrap it up here. But damn, that's pretty nice. Looks like a brand new engine. Anyway, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys on the next episode.